going on, folks? EJR here again. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the 2019 stacks that I said I was going to be picking up for these bikes. This here is a 16 to 18 stack, and this is a 2019 stack. If you notice, they're shaped a little differently. They got more of a triangle shape going on in the 2019, whereas the 16 to 18 is round. Stack height, the end cylinders look to be about the same. The center stack looks to be a little bit taller, but not too much taller. This is what it looks like inside the bike. So air's coming up through this filter, up and around, and then into the stacks. I'm really going to be curious to see how these actually affect anything, if at all, really. What I got to do first is I got to actually swap to both of these sets of these stacks, and then I got to go out and tune the bike with those stacks in it to make sure air fuel is optimum for both sets of stacks. Then, on the next day I'm going to go out, test the 2019 stacks against the 16 to 18 stacks. I'm going to have to swap back and forth, unfortunately, and then swap the tunes back and forth. But it is what it is. That's how you got to test these things. And I want to see how they do in the real world. A lot of guys would say taller stacks make more mid-range. Some guys say taller stacks make more top-end. From what I've learned is that it really is dependent on the application they're going on in terms of what they're going to do. If you notice, you'll see over here on the 2019 stacks, while it is shaped like a triangle, there's room for airflow to go in right there. Same with on the back side of the center stacks. So we'll be interested to see what these things do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other set of stacks in there, and I'm going to button this thing up, and then I'm going to go out and start tuning this thing to make sure they're the equivalent, and then it'll be good to go. So all right, I'll catch up with you guys when I'm on the bike. Alright folks, I'm on the bike now, heading out to my local spot to get some pulls in to dial in the air fuel with these new stacks. I'm not going to have enough time to get any kind of GPS data today. I'm barely going to have enough time to straighten out the air fuel, assuming there is any real change in the air fuel. What I'm going to be looking for is to hopefully have a little bit more leaner air fuel at some point in the curve. My guess is if it happens, it's going to happen more in the mid-range. I'm thinking hopefully what the idea was between these stacks was to come up with a better idea or a better design to try and make a little more mid-range and retain top-end flow. That's ultimately the goal with velocity stacks. Increase velocity without losing flow. Same with any kind of good exhaust system. Or else we would just use as big as possible pipes or tubes to flow the most amount of air if velocity didn't mean anything. Hopefully it's not soaked in this spot today. And it is not. We're good there. It's about 61 degrees right now. Sun is now behind clouds, which means rain is coming. It's supposed to be coming soon, so hopefully I get a few pulls in. It shouldn't take more than a couple revisions, if any, to dial in the air fuel with these stacks. Now this isn't normally the time of day that I would choose to do some tuning, because there's going to be a little more traffic out there. It's around 5 p.m. rush hour, hence all the traffic. I really can't wait for the weather to break, because this is taking way too long. I unfortunately had to postpone the Tennessee trip for everybody. We had a lot of guys bailing out last minute, and it looks like we're going to have some rain and thunderstorms all weekend through the entire event. So I decided to postpone it. I'm thinking we're probably going to postpone it till June. Hopefully by then Mother Nature has calmed her tits and weather's a bit more consistent, or I should say not consistently rain. Alright, now here comes the fun part. Waiting for a clearing to get a pull in here. All I gotta do is a quick third gear pull on this thing right now. Check air fuel. Stop right here where it's totally unsafe. Alright, that's one pull. Alright, I got me some data, so now I'm going to pull over. I'll check the air fuel, see where we're at, and I'll make some changes if there are any needed, and we'll go from there. Alright, I just went ahead and flashed in the first revision from early assessment. It's looking pretty good. It looks like it needed a little bit extra fuel in 3 spots. First spot was real low, around 5,000 to 6,000 RPM. Then the next spot it needed fuel was 8,000 and 9,500 RPM. And then the final spot that it needed fuel was 11,000 to 12,500 RPM. So that's a good sign. No point that I have to pull fuel from it. By the way, guys, I don't consider this to be, at any point, a miracle mod. That being said, they only cost me 35 bucks, or 30 bucks actually. So the way I see it, oh, we're running low on fuel. The way I see it, it's cheap horsepower if it works. And if it doesn't, hey, no loss, only $30, big deal. I've spent money many worse ways in the past, so. But yeah, that is a good sign so far, that we're only pulling out, or excuse me, so far we're adding fuel to the tune and not pulling any fuel out. Always a good sign. Alright, we're going to try a pull right here. Get another one in. Alright, she feels pretty good in terms of consistency. I don't feel any like hiccups or anything like that. Not that I should, because that usually takes a pretty way off air fuel where you can actually feel it through the curve like that. That's enough data. That's really all I need, because like I said, it was already pretty well dialed in, so I didn't expect those stacks to change much of anything. And it does look like I had to add just a little bit of fuel in 3 spots, so that's good. But GPS data will be the determining factor, which I have to do as a back-to-back. I'll be doing that in a separate video though for you guys, because as you can tell, I'm running out of daylight here, and traffic is damn near impossible. So that'll probably be a little down the road when the weather stabilizes a little bit, so I can get out here more in the after hours and make some pulls instead. But alright guys, that's going to go ahead and conclude this video. I just wanted to take you along a little tuning session with me on the Bitch Ninja, as well as show you the difference between the stacks from a physical standpoint. So, as usual, like this video if you did, give it a thumbs down if you hated it and you hated me. I hope you don't. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you already have subscribed, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that little bell icon so you see more of these videos. Alright guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.